Good evening and welcome to another edition of ColoradoSports.TV, where the visiting Kansas City Titans come to town and do battle with the hometown Mile High Blaze. I'm Sean Boyd and we're here at 5-Star Stadium here in Thornton, Colorado. Tonight's matchup promises to be a good one as the Mile High Blaze are on a 3-game winning streak. They're 3-0 to start the season, welcoming in the Kansas City Titans, who are 0-2 to start the season, but they have a lot of promise on their team and a lot of athletes that they look to put on display tonight. The Mile High Blaze profile is the best team in Colorado for semi-pro football for women. And as you can see tonight, they have a full crowd. We got capacity here in the stands. There's a lot of electricity in the air. It's going to be a good one tonight as they do battle here from 5-Star Stadium here again in Thornton, Colorado. I got a chance to speak with Coach Sandlin before the game, and what he just said to start the game is we want to take advantage of our athletes and get them out in space and let them make moves and make plays. He looks for a couple of dynamic things that come out of Smooth Lowry as she is the starting quarterback for the Blaze. And when I say you turn the film on, watch her go, folks, turn the film on and watch her go. The Kansas City Titans, again, they play in the WFA, which is the Women's Football Alliance. Both teams are one's in Division A, Division 1, and that is the Titans, and then the Mile High Blaze are in Division 2, surrounded by top talented teams all across the nation. And as we get ready to flip the coin here, looks like the visiting team is going to defer to the second half. Liz Sauer says we're going to take the ball at halftime and give it to the Blaze to start the game. Smooth Lowry, she's getting ready to take the field first, so all the praise that I just gave, you get to see it here live and in person first. It's a lot of anticipation for tonight's game as both teams are respected in their conferences. That's okay. So just to get things started here, we're going to see the Blaze on offense first. The Blaze wearing their blue uniforms with the red highlights, remnants of the Broncos, the hometown Denver Broncos, that is. The Titans come in their beautiful all gray with the matte blue helmets, navy blue. And you hear the Blaze there get their sound off before we get ready to do the battle tonight. All righty. So let me see here. I could get our kicker for the Titans here tonight.
Sean, if you'll indulge me just 1 second, folks, I'm jumping in. I want to apologize about the lighting. Give us about 10 minutes or so for the sun to get a little lower and the lights to balance out better. But for now, I'm going to ask your patience because if we set it for the shadow, it's going to blow out in the sun. If we set it for the sun, we can't see anything in the shadow. So
looks like our kicker for the Titans is CJ Durham, receiving for tonight. Short kick. Looks like it's almost recovered by the Titans, but she was uplifted by number 4 for the Mile High Blaze. And what a big hit that was to get the game started. You feel like that just sets the tone early for the Mile High Blaze and lets them know. Charisma Fears lets the Titans know that she's here and they're ready to do battle. Starting the lineup here for the Mile High Blaze. Please excuse me, as I may not have everybody's name on the offensive line to start the game, but we will set the lineup nonetheless. We have at wide receiver, Butta Canfield. At left tackle, Ashley Liddell. At guard, Ivy. At center, number 85. And at guard, Shea. And at tackle, right tackle that is, Morgan Darden, with wide receiver, Ashley Davis. Tailback, Coco Hockaday. And, again, the quarterback, number 1, Smooth Lowry. 1st and 10 from about the 43, 44-yard line. 4 wide receiver set for the Blaze. The Blaze have to take a timeout as they're not set to get the game started. And that's obviously not a good way to start the game. But, hey, if you need to regroup and get everything set up, why not? And here it is. We have the Mile High Blaze taking a timeout to start the game. 15 minutes left in the first quarter. Haven't had a play just to get things started yet, but hey, the anticipation is in the air. The crowd is getting filled up to capacity almost here from Five Star Stadium. We've got one side of the bleachers just getting packed up. Here to see the Mile High Blaze put on a show. Smooth Lowry's back out there in the shotgun. One running back to the left. 1st and 10 for the Blaze. Smooth Lowry drops back to pass. She jukes left. She drops back left again, and she throws an interception to start the game. What an amazing play. What an amazing play by Kashrana Lee. Please excuse me, folks, as I'm just getting these names en route and having them right from the get-go. Won't take more than 3 minutes into the first quarter for me to get the names right. And now the Titans get ready to take the field on offense with quarterback number 3, Liz Sowers, starting from left wide receiver Danielle Baker at the X, and at left tackle Amanda Harlow. Guard Sarita Gapalo. Jenny Jackson is our center. And we have number 78. We haven't got her name on the roster, with Paris Winningham at our right tackle. Oli Davies is our wide receiver, with C.J. Durham down at the bottom. Looks like we've got a penalty just to start the game here, as the Blaze jump off sides a little premature. The defensive tackle giving up 5 yards to start the game, as the Titans got about an 8 to 9 yard return on the interception. Liz Sowers sends Durham out into the wide receiver position down at the bottom. And again, we have 1st and 5 from the 35-yard line. Liz Sowers in the pistol. She takes the snap, but she is smothered by the Mile High Blaze defense. Tackled by committee. The whole defensive line was in there. Big-time penetration as they get back some of the yards that they gave away on the penalty. The Titans waste no time. Get right back up to the line. Liz Sowers checks her play call sheet. She's in the pistol. Got a running back to the right of her. Krishana Lee, the one that had got the interception on defense, going both ways. Liz Sowers hands it off. Trey Brown, she gets a scat for about 4 to 5 yards. Brings us to 2nd down. There's a pickup of 3 on the game, and it is 3rd down, Brings us to 3rd and 6. Still tied at 0-0 here with 13 minutes left here in the first quarter. Liz Sowers, she drops back to pass. She got a lady open in the flats, and she hits her right on time as Danielle Baker is going all the way for 6. Oh, no, she's brought out of bounds right about the 8-yard line. What a big play as Liz Sowers completes an out route right on the edge to Danielle Baker for a Titans first down. Now they're in the red zone. They look to put some points on the board. And the Mile High Blaze have only given up 6 points to start the season in 3 games. That's very impressive. Let's see if they can get a stand here. Liz Sowers in the pistol formation. First and goal. She hands it off, but she fakes it. Trey Brown was covered up and plastered on the play by number 50. Shantavia Bingham. Please excuse me. I've got a chance to talk with Coach Rob Sandlin before the game. He says Shantavia Bingham is one of his best players. Look for her to make a lot of plays out here tonight. Liz Sowers hands it off on second and goal. Trey Brown's only able to rush ahead for only about 2 to 3 yards. Being modest on the game. Brings us to 3rd and goal. Looks like she may have not even gotten a yard on that play, but hey, they're going to press on here. Liz Sowers, they don't even huddle. They get right back on the line of scrimmage with confidence. Third and goal here from the 5-yard line. Liz Sowers, she rolls out right. She's got a lady open, but she's being held. She still scrambles and gets stopped by number 14 of the Mile High Blaze. That is That is Jamie Fornell with the stop on defense. What a play. Liz Sowers tried to turn the corner, and Miss Fornell said, not today. And as you can hear some of the Nat sound here, C.J. Durham is taking the kick. The snap is down. She gets it, but it's blocked. The Mile High Blaze say, no way, get that out of here. And it rolls to the back of the end zone on 4th and goal. The Mile High Blaze get the stop they were looking for and take over on downs. They start deep in their own territory. Here from 5 Star Stadium in Thornton, Colorado, the Mile High Blaze hold on 4th and goal, block the kick, and now it is 0-0 with 11 minutes left here in the first quarter as Smooth Lowry takes the field, ready to do her second drive with her offensive squadron. Oh, excuse me. Looks like we had a touchback on the blocked field goal. And so for that, the Mile High Blaze will start off at the 20-yard line. Liz Sowers on first and 10. She drops back to pass. She's got someone open, but she's not there as nobody can locate the ball. Intended receiver on the play looked to be Z Canfield. And again, it's 1st and 10 for Smooth Lowry. Smooth Lowry comes in tonight's game with 159 yards rushing on 17 carries, has 2 touchdowns on the season. Z Canfield, leading wide receiver for the Blaze, has 102 yards on the season with 15 receptions and an average of 6.8 yards per catch. 2nd and 10 for the Mile High Blaze. Looks like we have a little bit of premature jumping. Smooth Lowry scrolls left. She's looking for somebody downfield. Just tries to get something on the play. And obviously, she didn't really have to do much as the offsides penalty will grant them 5 yards at least and another in a first down. 2nd and 5. See if they accept.
Penalty on the Titans moves the ball to the 25.
Looks like Paris Winchester was a little early on her jump as she tried to anticipate the snap and get an easy release into the backfield and try to bring Smooth Lowry down. Second and 6 here for second and 5, for the Mile High Blaze. 10 minutes and counting here in the first quarter, tied at 0-0 as we have another flag on the play. Looks like the Blaze just gave that right on back here to the Titans with their own false start penalty. Everybody's on edge tonight as the game is highly anticipated, and both teams are looking to make their big play as we're early on in the first quarter here between the Blaze, the Mile High Blaze that is, and the Kansas City Titans. Mile High Blaze are undefeated thus far with a 3-0 record. Look to stay unblemished as they take on the Titans tonight. Smooth Lowry gets the snap. She drops back to pass. She rolls right. She's looking for a woman downfield, and she just airmails it into the middle of the crowd. Unfortunately, no one was home. And that brings us to 3rd and 10 for the Mile High Blaze. Let's see if the Blaze can get settled in here and make some plays and drive this ball downfield. Looks like the Titans have already gotten their first share of success getting into the red zone. And now we want to see the Blaze do the exact same thing, if not more. Get some points on the board here tonight. Again, we're here at 5 Star Stadium. It's a beautiful night for football. The lights are getting ready to come on for Saturday Night Lights as we do battle here between the Mile High Blaze and the Kansas City Titans. Score still tied at 0-0 with 10 minutes left here in the first quarter. 3rd and 10 for the Mile High Blaze and Smooth Lowry. Smooth Lowry gets ready she's in the shotgun. She fakes the handoff. She's getting pressure. She escapes it, eludes it, and then gets shoved out of bounds on the play. What an elusive play by Smooth Lowry. She got pushed out at about the 20-yard line here, and now it brings us up to 4th down. The Mile High Blaze have to punt. Jameen Wiggins-Turner on the stop there, getting Smooth Lowry to go out of bounds and just take what she can get. Obviously, it can get a little bit crazy, so she did everything she could to just make something out of nothing there. And here we go. Again, we have a big crowd on hand for tonight's game. You love to see this type of a turnout. The punt's up. She drives it downfield. Returning was Liz Sowers and C.J. Durham, but they just let it roll, and the Mile High Blaze just get down and recover it inside the 26-yard line. About the 27 or 26-yard line for Liz Sauer and the Titans to come out for their 3rd drive of the game. And let's see for their 2nd drive of the game, and let's see if they can establish a little bit of offensive rhythm and get downfield for a score. Now, obviously, the Mile High Blaze, they want to show what kind of defensive prowess they have and get a turnover themselves and maybe get their offense into the red zone so they can get a score on the board too. 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. Liz Sowers again in the pistol formation. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 wide receiver to the left, 2 running backs. She hands it off. Number 4, the stop here, just stalemates her with a big-time stop. Yolanda Searcy, Yo-Yo. Got a chance to read Miss Yo-Yo's profile. She loves hanging out, playing basketball, and taking care of her kids. And you just love that she finds the time to still do her one passion, her one love, and that's play football. 2nd and 13 on the play after the big-time stop by Yo-Yo. Liz Sowers drops the handoff. She still manages to get it to her running back, Trey Brown, who skates through for at least an 8-yard gain to get back some of those yards that she lost. Brings us to 3rd and 6. And then looks like we have some stoppage on the play Another timeout by the Mile High Blaze. And they have a little bit of a communication issue on defense. Coach Rob Sandlin calls the ladies over to galvanize the troops. Let's get this thing figured out early so that they can dominate for the rest of the game. And you just take your hat off to what the Kansas City Titans are able to do early on in this game, is they've been able to establish a little bit of a run game and then a little bit of their pass game as well. I was able to talk to their offensive coordinator. He ended up explaining to me that they're looking to showcase both their pass and their run. And there's a lot of history between these two games, as the last time they did battle was in the Snow Bowl 2 years ago. So now that the playing fields are even, there's no snow on the ground, the ladies get to play in such a beautiful night of weather. Let's see whose athletes are better. 3rd and 6. Liz Sowers in the pistol formation. She drops back to pass. She looks left. She looks right. She lets it go. And both players just make a play and don't want to give up the interception, and nor does the defensive back want to give up the pick. Number 12. And brings us to 4th down on the play. The Mile High Blaze get the stop they were looking for. Looks like Tony Triplett is back to receive the punt. She leads the nation in returns this season. She's electrifying. If she gets it in her hands, watch her go. Liz Sowers gets off a good punt. Let's see how it bounces. It bounces right to her. She picks it up off the ground, does a little shimmy, and here she goes. Breaks into open field, gets it across midfield, and out to the 46-yard line. Oh, I apologize. Gets it to the 42-yard line. Oh, man, 43-yard line. Excuse me, folks. And the Mile High Blaze have momentum, giving Smooth Lowry a chance to get on the go and make something happen, put some points on the board here, and get this crowd excited about football here in Thornton, Colorado from Five Star Stadium. The score is still set at 0-0 as the Mile High Blaze get ready to do their 4th drive of the game. Brings us to 1st and 10 from the 43-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right. Smooth Lowry still in shotgun. She takes a snap. She drops back to pass. She's getting pressure and smothered, and she fumbles the ball. The ball's out. The Kansas City Titans create a turnover yet again. The ball is recovered by Devin Smith. We have a flag on the play. Let's see what it is. What a big-time hit by number 54. Excuse me, number 32, who gets the penalty, Trey Brown. And that brings us to brings the Blaze to a 1st down. 15-yard penalty on the play. Geez, that's got to it's got to demoralize the Titans as they make a big play, create a turnover, and now they've got to go and take it back and give it right back to the Blaze, and let's see if the Blaze could capitalize on the Titans' mistake. Smooth Lowry. Up under center this time. 2 wide receivers in to the right and to the left. 2 running backs. 1st and 10. Smooth hands it off. She bounces it outside and breaks a big run. Coco Hockaday gets a little bit of an excitement to the crowd out here. Now we've got something burning here for the Mile High Blaze. First down. Now they're in the red zone. We're cooking. And this is all the fans needed to get behind this Mile High Blaze team, and let's turn it up a notch. Let's see here, Smooth Lowry going back under center again, as that's where they made their bread and butter on their last play. See if they can duplicate that again. She hands it off on the play. Tatiana bounces it outside again and gets more yards and gets it inside the 10-yard line. She was knocked out of bounds on the play. I can't see her number from here. You have to excuse me, but she made a good play to get her out of bounds and stop her from getting in that end zone. Mile High Blaze here on 2nd and 5. Smooth Lowry back under center again. They're bunched inside, the wide receivers, that is. One running back. Smooth Lowry hands it off. She tries to bounce it right, but she is smothered on the play and brought down by the Kansas City Titans. The left end, Devin Smith, just makes the play and says, no way, not today. She was assisted on that play by Krishana Lee. And that brings us back now for the Blaze to 3rd and 10 as Smooth Lowry looks to the sideline for the call. Let's see what the Blaze can muster up here as they're still inside the red zone. And the Mile High Blaze take their 3rd time out of the first half, which leaves them with no more timeouts here in the first half. It's really surprising to see them get off to this type of a start here as Coach Rob Sandlin tries to galvanize the troops and let them know, hey, we got to settle in here. There's a lot of football left in this game. The Blaze are just making some little minor mistakes that they want to tweak and get figured out here in the first half so they can go on to win this game and dominate the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter. On behalf of ColoradoSports.TV, I want to give a big thanks to Scott for allowing this all to be possible. Now, I'm Sean Boyd here from Thornton Stadium, 5-Star Stadium here in Thornton, Colorado. Still, the stands get more and more packed with more fans of the Mile High Blaze here to watch tonight's game. Smooth Lowry back on the field after the timeout here. We have 3rd and 10. 4 minutes and 24 seconds left here in the game. She sends a receiver in motion. Jamie Hornell. Sends another receiver in motion. Zeke Canfield. Now we have a bunch to the right. Smooth Lowry gets the snap. She hands it off to her running back. Her running back surges forward for a modest 3 to 4 yard gain there on the play. Brings us to 4th down. Still tied here at 0-0. Looks like the Blaze are going to send their kicking team in here. And looks like number 8 for Libby Stone here is in the attempt to kick for the Mile High Blaze. Let's see what we have. Liz Sowers is back just in case she misses. The kick is up, and it's good. And now the Mile High Blaze are on the board, 3-0. Now we have a game on our hands as the Mile High Blaze have established and taken the lead with 3 minutes and 33 seconds here left in the first quarter. Now the Mile High Blaze are cooking with some fish grease, getting some points on the board. Let's see how this fares out as their defense takes the field and looks to get a stop and get Smooth Lowry the ball back.
Set to kick off for the Blaze, number 8, Libby Stone.
Looks like Libby Stone is going to be conducting our kickoff for the night's game as well, doing our extra points.
Deep to receive at the
And back to receive is C.J. Durham, their do-it-all lady. The kickoff is up. It goes straight to C.J. Durham, and she's got it. Let's see if she can get some blocks. She does, but she's brought out of bounds right away.
Durham on the return. Stopped by number 12.
Tony Triplett on the tackle. Tony's an exciting player. She looks like she's ready to play tonight. I got to see her prior to tonight's matchup in warm-ups. She had that stone face tonight. She looked like she was ready to make some plays, and she's already off to a good start. That is the left cornerback, Tony Triplett. She also doubles as a kick returner and the punt returner as well. And as you've seen on her first punt returner today, she already broke it for a big one and got the Mile High Blaze into position to drive the field and then essentially get the 3 points. And that takes us to where we are now, 3-0, Mile High Blaze. Liz Sowers comes back onto the field and is in shotgun or in pistol formation. 3 wide receivers to the left. She fakes the handoff to Trey Brown, scrambles left, looking for some help, and just gets what she can. Gets about 2 yards out of the play. Liz Sowers, that is, in pursuit was the Mile High Blaze, chasing her out of bounds. And here we are. Brings us to 2nd and 8 here from about the 39-yard line. Defense for the Mile High Blaze is in a 4-2. 5, that is. Crowding the line of scrimmage, looking to get into the backfield with penetration. Liz Sowers fumbles the snap, hands it off to Trey Brown. She cuts it up and is still moving and going and plows her way for at least another 6 yards, another 7 yards, and gets him that much closer to the first down. That brings us to 3rd and 1 on the play.
7 yards on the carry for the Titans. Bringing up 3rd down and 1.
C.J. Durham back to the bottom of the screen here. Wide receiver checking in with the referee, with our line judge, Ashley Miller. She hands it off on the play. Liz Sowers, she gets a first down, handing it off to her fullback, Krishna Lee.
Tatiana Palms on the carry. Enough yardage for a Titan first down. On the tackle, Jamie Fernald. First down, the ball at the 49.
And let's see here. Liz Sowers is still in the pistol formation. 2 wide receivers to the right and 1 to the left. She takes a snap. She hands it off. Trey Brown bounces it outside. We've got a tackle on the play as Tony Triplett says, "Not today, baby." What an excellent tackle by Tony Triplett as she took on the stiff arm and still came in and made the tackle and the takedown. And with the penalty on the play, goes against the Titans. Looks like there's going to be a hold on the play, and that's going to take them back 10 yards, making it a 1st and long. First and 20 on the play as we have 1 minute here left in the first quarter Our score is at Mile High Blaze 3, the Kansas City Titans 0. Liz Sowers still in the pistol. She takes the handoff, hands it off to Trey Brown. Trey Brown fights forward for about 2 to 3 yards before she's brought down on the play by number 24 and the big-time anchor in the middle, Shantavia Brigham.
Indiana Colorado. Carrying the ball. Gain of 2. Second and 18.
And now we have 2nd and 18 on the play with 40 seconds, 7 and counting here in the first quarter. Liz Sowers drops back to pass. Oh, no, she hands it off, fakes the pass. Trey Brown just powers forward and just sees what she can get as she gets another 5-yard gain. And she's brought down on the play by Irvin. And now it brings them to about the 45, pass right past the 45-yard line. They're still in the pistol formation with 2 wide receivers to the left and to the right. And they just keep surging forward with the same run play. It looks like we got a little bit of a stop in the action. It's the end of the first period. Here the Mile High Blaze are still controlling the lead, 3-0 here from Five Star Stadium in Thornton, Colorado.
Ladies and gentlemen, down the sidelines, it's the mascot of the Blaze, Blue Inferno.
And now the Mile High Blaze mascot, Blue Inferno, does their dance. Blue Inferno swagging out, making sure that people know the Mile High Blaze are here. Folks, we've been calling Trey Brown on the last couple of runs that we've seen. Ileana Calderon has actually been the carrier of the ball that's been running and getting these hard yards for the Kansas City Titans. And now as the second quarter gets set here from Five Star Stadium, the Kansas City Titans are coming in on 3rd and 13, and they need a big-time play here as the Mile High Blaze are gaining momentum by the second. Ileana Calderon is still in the backfield for the Titans. Liz Sowers drops back to pass. She's getting pressure, but she gets it off and completes the catch. Yes, folks, you heard it, and they're still fighting for more and more yards. What a completion. The completion for 10 yards. And, folks, we can't even get her number. Her hands are still stuck to the ball. And, yes, she was stopped by a host of Blaze players there. Number 45, Krishna Lee on the catch. And let's see if the Kansas City Titans can do something here on 4th and 3 here from about the 44-yard line. Uh-oh, Liz Sowers fumbles a snap. The ball's still on the ground. Looks like the Mile High Blaze got it. And guess who? No other than Shantavia Bingham. She goes in there and she just recovers the ball like a straight pro. Yet again, she comes up with another play. And now she gives the ball back to her offense. And Smooth Lowry has a little bit of fish grease cooking here as they are on the other side of the 50-yard line as they take the field. And now, Smooth Lowry, she's getting ready to bring him out here and maybe, let's say, a shotgun formation, or let's see if actually she gets under center again, because that's where they had their most success on their last drive, which got them the points. 14 minutes here, 5 seconds left in the second quarter. 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line of the Kansas City Titans here. And looks like the Titans have called a timeout. So we'll take a little brief break for a second as they get the alignments right for both teams during the timeout. And I'm pretty sure the Blaze are happy that they called the timeout so that they could actually get their alignments right. And they didn't have any more to even spend on the timeout. So, I mean, it worked out to their advantage.
Following tonight's ball game, the Blaze have a bye week. On May 4th, they return home on May 11th to take on the Thundercats of Rocky Mountain.
And while I have a moment here, I'd like to give you maybe a little bit of an update as to where the Mile High Blaze have ranked this year in their respective division. Smooth Lowry, she leads her team in passing yards, 333 yards on the season with 19 completions, 52.8 percentage, and over 5 touchdowns, just a 1 interception. That's amazing. She's under center as that's where they got their most success last time. Sends a wide receiver in motion. She gets the pitch. Looks like we've got a little bit of mustard on the lettuce as the big hit comes from number 45, Krishna Lee. She lays the boom. And oh my. Lets Jamie Fornell know you can't turn the edge that quick. What a beautiful play and a stop by Krishna Lee. She's been out. Her name has been called a lot tonight as she's made play after play for the Kansas City Titans. And with the 10-yard penalty on the play, that moves the Blaze back 10 yards, takes us to 1st and 20 here from their 41-yard line. They were just on the 49-yard line of the Titans, and with that penalty, that took them back 10, and now they've got to start from deep in their own territory. Smooth Lowry back under center again. She hands it off. Coco Hockaday. And then Krishna Lee just comes in and stalemates the run yet again. As the crowd oohs at the big hit from Krishna Lee, she just keeps making plays after play with the lumber. We'll see how the Mile High Blaze look to neutralize her as she's just all over the field. And let's see here, Jamie Fornell going back into the game. Speaking of Jamie Fornell, she's got about 15 yards on the season, over 2 carries. Hasn't been a big season for her just yet, but from what I've heard, she accounts for a lot of the yards in the passing game and as well in the receiving game. So look for her to be – now in the receiving, she has a little bit better of a statistic stat line at 88 yards on the season with 5 catches, 17.5 being her longest with 2 touchdowns. So she gets it done. Smooth Lowry drops back to pass. She rolls right, lets it go, and it's a catch. It's a catch by who? Jamie Fornell, folks. You heard it. Jamie Fornell on the catch. Smooth Lowry drops back and gets about 15 yards on the catch here. Brings us to 3rd and 15. Score still 3-0. Blaze on top. 12 minutes left at the Blaze keep driving and have now gotten back onto the other side of the 50 here on the right hash mark of about the 44-yard line. Smooth Lowry back up under center because that's what she does best. Hands the ball off. Oh, she breaks a tackle, and now she's getting yards in depth. Yak after the play. Little bit of Henny. Coco Hockaday on the play gets the first down on a 10-yard carry. Scampers. And now we've got a Mile High first down, subbing in for the Mile High Blaze, Ruby Albright. Speaking of Ruby Albright, She comes into tonight's game with 130 yards on the ground, 30 carries, an average of 4.3 per clip, and she hasn't gotten into pay dirt yet. Let's see if we can get her on the board here tonight. Smooth back up under center. She's letting the play set, taking her time. And look, there goes a delay of game, and she's taking too long. Oh, no, we have a false start on the play. And what happens is when you're anticipating the snap from an offensive standpoint, you tend to jump off a little bit because you're waiting for one thing to happen and you're so ready to get to it and do your assignment. You got to hold the water. And that brings us to 1st and 15 for the Mile High Blaze here with 10 minutes and 43 seconds and counting. The Blazers still holding a 3-0 lead. Here from Five Star Stadium in Thornton, Colorado. Looks like Smooth hands it off. Ruby Albright cuts it out left, and then we've got more penalties. Ruby breaks it, and then she just explodes for a deep run about 25 yards. And you can hear the crowd, but I think we may have a sideline warning against the Blaze that may bring this play back. And that's got to be demoralizing for their morale here. Oh, it's a holding call on the Blaze. So that still brings the call back and keeps us here at 1st down and about 15 yards. Oh, I take that back, so we're going to go to 1st and 25 on the play. Brings us to the 50-yard line. And again, it's still 1st down for the Mile High Blaze, but now it's just 1st down and a mile. And as you heard somebody in the stands just say, we want them to do it again, Blaze. So let's see if they can pad on those yards here. Smooth Lowry looks like she was going to send Ruby out too. She said stay in the backfield and give me a little bit better protection too. Smooth Lowry drops back to pass. She lets it rip, and she has a woman wide open and overshoots her. Jamie Fernald was wide open and was probably going to walk in and score for her 3rd touchdown of the season, but that brings us to 2nd and 25. She shot right up the seam, and there was nobody home. So imagine if they were able to complete that one, all the girls would be doing their dance. Brings us to 2nd and 25. Still here locked at the 50-yard line. Smooth Lowry gets the call. The Kansas City Titans defense sitting, waiting, expecting, and their 4-2 base concept as well. Crowd in the line of scrimmage. Krishna Lee is in pursuit of Smooth Lowry, but then she just still gets everything she can out of the play and is tackled by her own coach on the sideline. As she gets a gain of about 17. And now that brings him to 3rd and 12. And now, here we go. The Mile High Blaze are like, hey, we're in position to get the yards back that we gave away, and we're about to score one. Let's see what they have. Krishna Lee is just bulldogging her way through with Sarita Galpelo and Devin Smith. If there's no mystery, Krishna Lee was the Defensive Player of the Year a year ago. Smooth Lowry drops back to pass. She's got someone open, nobody there. Krishna Lee throws her hands up as it say, I wasn't holding. And now that brings us to 4th down and 12. Still here with 8 minutes and 42 seconds left, stopping the clock. Ball's on the 37-yard line. No timeouts left for the Blaze, but 2 timeouts left here for the Titans. Titans sub in defensive tackle for Paris Winchester. Smooth Lowry still in the shotgun. They're going for it. 2 wide receivers, two to the right, 2 to the left. She drops back to pass, and no one's home as she just airmails it. And it's turnover on downs as she was looking for Kimberly Sansa-Steven. And now the Mile High Blaze come out on defense. And the ball's on the 37-yard line. Here are the Kansas City Titans. Liz Sowers takes the field. And she's back out there with 2 wide receivers to the left and to the right. One running back in the backfield, excuse me. Liz Sowers drops back to pass. She's looking right. And we've got a Blaze down on the field. She was upended on a major block by number 57. Number 57. Zulema Duarte is down on the play. It'll be just a few moments as the training staff takes a look at her. Hopefully she's okay. Looks like she is up. A little tender on that left leg. She can't necessarily put a lot of weight on it, but thank God she's up. As we get this warrior over to the sideline. Zulema Duarte comes into tonight's game with 7 tackles, 2 assisted. 9 tackles, 2 assisted, and 7 solo. 5 of her tackles have been for a loss. Hopefully they do not miss her for long as she gets help and gets back healthy really soon. So that brings us here to 2nd and 11 from the 36-yard line for the Titans. Sowers hands it off. She gives it right up to middle to Calderon. Calderon only gets about 2 to 3 yards. And that brings us to 3rd and 11. Let's see here if the Blaze can get a stop and get back out there on offense and go ahead and put some more points on the board with 7 minutes left and 43 seconds and counting here in the second quarter at Five Star Stadium. Sowers drops back to pass. She looks right, looks left. Nobody's home as she extends a pass out to C.J. Durham, but no one's home. And this brings us to 4th down and 10 on the play. And let's see what the Titans do here. Are they going to punt? And if they are, they're going to punt it to somebody dangerous. And Tony Triplett, you know what she can do with the ball here. Let's see if they're smart enough to keep it out of her hands. And it's a booming kick, and it's up. A lot of height, not a lot of distance, but it rolls back and takes a friendly bounce here for the Titans and gets downed at the 40-yard line of the Mile High Blaze. Still here with a score of 3-0 with 7 minutes here as the Mile High Blaze take the field on offense. And they're on, again, they're on 40-yard line with 7 minutes and 16 seconds left here in the second quarter. And again, folks, the crowd is here, and it's a loud, ruckus crowd. A lot of people here for tonight's game between the Mile High Blaze and the Kansas City Titans. Thornton, Colorado hasn't gotten this good of weather all year long, start the 2019 season. So we love it here tonight. Welcome to 5280. Smooth Lowry tells her wide receiver to get up on the line of scrimmage so she can be eligible. She hands it off. Coco tries to bounce it, looks for room, and she's stopped on the play. Kokade tries to get loose, but she's unable to shake loose from the defense of the Kansas City Titans here. Looks like Jameen Wiggins-Turner making the stop. Right along Nayala, Bullock. Brings us to 2nd and 12 for the 2nd and 11 for the Mile High Blaze. Smooth Lowry's in the shotgun now. And it's airmailed on the snap. She picks it up. She's looking for someone to throw it to. She stiff arms the first defender and just gets what she can, but it doesn't get back to the line of scrimmage, and that may be an intentional grounding. And it looks like it was intended for Jamie Fornall as the coaching staff for the Blaze point to the intended receiver, so we may not have an intentional grounding. And this brings us to 3rd and 11 from the 39-yard line here for the Mile High Blaze. 6 minutes here left in the second quarter. We'll see what the Titans can muster up here on 3rd down. See if they can get off the field as they're in their base 4-3 defense. They switch up between their 4-2 concept and their 4-3 concept, giving them a lot of athleticism on defense. Edge rushers, premier edge rushing from Devin Smith and Trey Brown. Smooth Lowry drops back to pass as she just airmails it, and it's almost picked off on the play by Benita Jones. And that brings us to 4th down here for the Mile High Blaze. Mile High Blaze were unfortunately unable to get anything going there, and it just means that they have to give the ball back to the Kansas City Titans. Looks like the Blaze, obviously, they're not going to go for it this deep in their own territory, as the punt is up. Takes a little bit of a good bounce as it crosses the 30, and it's out at the 29-yard line. And now here, We have a Titans player down. And we have a stoppage in play as the trainers come out and check out the Titans player who's down. And we have another injury timeout here. And you're, again, tuning into the live stream in ColoradoSports.TV. Tonight's matchup has been a gridlock here as the Titans and the Blaze have both had opportunities to score within the red zone. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get any points just out of those red zone visits, except for the Blaze, who have our only solo points of the game with 3 points on the field goal from, goodness gracious, I have here Reagan Dotson. Both teams come in again to tonight's game, having some games underneath their belt in the WFA. The WFA Women's Football Alliance hosts 2 divisions of heavy-hitting football teams throughout the nation. So from the Big Apple to the Pineapple, they've got football, and they are playing at a high level. And it sounds like we're going to have a professional rapper showcase here on the halftime show for the Mile High Blaze, as number 58 has risen to her feet for the Kansas City Titans. Julia Jones. For wide receivers here for the Kansas City Titans, we have Danielle Baker down at the bottom. Ollie Davies, a wide receiver number 16 in the slot, and C.J. Durham at the other Z position. They hand it off. Calderon bounces it out to the right side, gets about 4 yards before she's blocked down on the play, brings us to 2nd and 6. And looks like she's going to be on the 34-yard line. And it's 2nd and 5 on the play after the gain of 4 by Liliana Calderon. Hard runner that she is. She comes into tonight's matchup, hasn't had but 5 carries, but she's gotten a lot of yards tonight with the carries that she's made. Liz Sowers fakes the handoff and is bottled up as she doesn't know where she wants to go with it. She's taken down on the play by number 25. Reagan Dotson on the play. And folks, please excuse me as I'm working without rosters. I'm piecing this thing together to make sure that we can give you the best broadcast that we can of tonight's game between the Titans and the Mile High Blaze. The Titans come out in a trips left formation. Liz Sowers takes a snap. She's going deep. She's got a wide receiver, but she is covered. And then flags come flying in as we get a penalty on Tony Triplett, as she was maybe holding on to the wide receiver. And that gives them another opportunity extending the drive for the Titans. Up there, in which the referees felt compelled to call a penalty. Obviously, the crowd of the Mile High Blaze here not too happy with the call. And that brings them out to the 47-yard line here. Or, excuse me, the 42-yard line. 1st and 10. Liz Sowers fakes the pass. She just takes what she can get, and nobody is home as that skips off the hands of her wide receiver, Ollie Davies. Excuse me, that pass, check that. That pass was to C.J. Durham. Brings us to 2nd and 10 from the 42-yard line. Kansas City Titans are on the drive. Liz Sowers handles the snap. She hands it off. Calderon escapes up the middle for a nice 7-yard gain, bringing it to 3rd down in about 3. It's going to be – let's see what we have here. See if the Titans can pick up a little momentum. What a great play call. Get some momentum started here for the Titans. Liz Sowers hands it off again. Calderon is bottled up in the backfield and brought down. What an amazing play to get a stop. Yo-Yo Searcy on the play. Telling Shantavia Bingham, what you do, I do too. Shantavia Bingham, both her and Yo-Yo just say, look, we're going to make the play here, and you're going nowhere. And that brings us to 4th down, 2 minutes and 57 seconds left here in the 2nd quarter. Still 3-0, Mile High Blaze on top. Tonight's game is brought to you by ColoradoSports.TV. Tune in for the live stream on YouTube. Back to receive for the Blaze. Triplet. And it's punted right to her. And she gets it. She gets ready to bounce it back to the right side. Let's see if she can make a cut here. And she does. Still on her feet, but she's brought down by Oli Davies right on the 44-yard line. Right as she was getting ready to surge and make her move.
17 yards on the return, but there is a flag on the field at the 41.
And looks like we still have a flag on the play. And so it looks like that's going to back up the Mile High Blaze, and they're going to start deep in their own territory again as there was a hold on the play. Brings us still. We have 2 minutes and 16 seconds left here in the 2nd quarter. Mile High Blaze still on top, 3-0. 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line.
First and 10 for the Blaze at their own 31-yard line.
Let's see here. Let's see what the Blaze can come up with. Time's ticking down here in the first half. Maybe they can get on the board and go into halftime with the bigger lead. She hands it off. Bouncing it outside and getting about 4 or 5 yards on the play. Maddie Rosas on the stop.
To the 36. 2nd and 5 for the Blaze.
It looks like Tatiana Palms on the run. Mile High Blaze under center. She hands it off again. Palms bounces it out to the left. Yeah, she gets a block. And now she springs it. She's at the 30. She's at the 20. She's at the 10. And she runs it all the way in for a touchdown. Mile High Blaze breaks it for a 50, 60-yarder. And they're going for one, and now the Blaze have extended their lead. Tatiana Palms with the blazing speed down the left sideline. And she just said, oh, you think you can stop me? Well, watch this. What a play. What a play. She just bounces it out and takes it to the house. Lee is on for the extra point. Looks like a Jean Jackson is down to hold the snap. Oh, she has to take it. Jean Jackson pounces up. Doesn't look like she's going to get there. She just concedes and slides out and is brought down on the play. And no points there on the field. 2-point conversion for the Blaze, but now that brings them to the lead of 9-0. 1 minute and 37 seconds left here in the second quarter. And again, I called it right before the Blaze scored there. Maybe they get a score here and extend the lead, and that's exactly what they've done. On the amazing play by Tatiana Palms. Looks like the next game for the Mile High Blaze is you can catch them on May 11th as they take on the Spider Cats. Oh, the Thundercats, excuse me, from Colorado Springs. And they have a very good team as well down there in the Springs that they're working with. Obviously, them and the Blaze rival each other back and forth. Blaze have been taking the most recent meetings. Last outing for the Blaze on April 28th was a 40-0 blowout over the Las Cruces de la Muerte. Let's see if they do the same thing tonight to the Kansas City Titans. As the Mile High Blaze are just laying and coming on in waves. The kick is off by Lee. She gets it back to C.J. Durham. She fakes left, but then she takes off right. And looks like we have a flag on the play. And she brings it out to about the 37-yard line before she was stopped. And they're going to be bringing it back as the penalty goes against the Blaze. And the Blaze got more momentum again as their defense takes the field. And you look out there, and Shantavia Bingham is anchoring this defense. Oh, excuse me, it was a block below the waist on the personal foul. And that's going to be a 15-yarder, which is obviously going to put the Titans in a major hole to start this series. And with 1:32 seconds left in the half, let's see if they just go ahead and establish the run and try to get out of here without any damage and giving up any more points to these Mile High Blaze. Here it is, Liz Sauer. She's in the pistol formation again. 2 wide receivers to the left and to the right. Blaze is clearing the line of scrimmage. Sowers drops back to pass. Looks like she has someone open, but nobody is there. And then the tattoo on the play draws a flag from the referee against Kimberly Sansa Stevens. And obviously the coaching staff of the Mile High Blaze don't agree with this call as it's remnants of the playoff game between the New Orleans Saints and the Los Angeles Rams. Maybe Sansa Stevens got there a little bit too early for the referee's likings, and so on that, they're going to give back the penalty yards that they got assessed from the block in the back on the kick return. And the dismay, you hear the boos and the dismay from the crowd. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Personal foul called on the Blaze. 15-yard penalty moves the ball to the 33.
And here we go from the 33-yard line with 1:25 left on the clock. The Blaze still lead 9-0. Speaking of how we get to this point with the 9-0 lead, the Blaze obviously wanted to establish their dominance on the run and then also in the air. Well, this time it was on the ground where Tatiana Palms breaks a 56-yarder and scores and gives the Blaze a 9-0 lead as the big stop on the play Granted to middle linebacker, number 82, Rachel Arellano. And she says, get that crap out of here. Big time loss on the play, 4 yards, brings us to 2nd and 14 from the 30-yard line. You can hear the defensive chant from the crowd. Liz Sowers draws back the pass. Nobody's open, and the ball just drops incomplete. Tatiana Palms, who scored the rushing touchdown, lets her know that goes incomplete. You better get that out of here. Ball still on the 30-yard line. Brings us to 3rd and still along 13. The Blaze sideline hypes up the crowd a little bit more and just turns up. Here before the action, Sowers drops back to pass. She's looking, getting pressure from Shantavia. Sowers' hands is incomplete as it goes in and out of the hands of the wide receiver. Brings us to 4th down on the play. And that's a big defensive stop here for the Mile High Blaze, as they get ready to send their offense back out there to put some more points on the board before the half. Back to return is Tony Triplett. And then Jamie Fornal is also back to receive the punt, doing double duties with Yo-Yo back in the middle to make sure nobody touches her returners. The punt's up. Oh my gosh, Fornal. She just lets it drop in front of her. Oli Davies said, well, I'll go ahead and take that. And now it comes out to the 33-yard line of the Mile High Blaze with only 28 seconds left on the clock. Again, how we get here with the score 9-0. The Blaze on their 3rd drive of the game were able to get a turnover and then drive down the field and get a 3-point score. And after that, then you see Tatiana Palms on their 5th drive of the game break a 54-yarder and skate down the left sideline for the touchdown, getting her more yards on the season and adding another touchdown to her resume, as she now has 3 touchdowns on the season. Smooth hands it off. Coco gets stopped and stalemated at the line of scrimmage. Tackling with a little bit of an attitude here on the Blaze, number 17, Jameen Wiggins-Turner. And that's going to bring us here to the end of the first half, as the Blaze are going to go in with the first half lead 9-0 over the Kansas City Titans here from 5 Star Stadium North in Thornton, Colorado. We appreciate you for tuning in here on ColoradoSports.TV. We'll see you after the break. 9-0 lead as Lee gets a good kick out of it. Durham is back to receive. And looks like the head referee, Steve McFall, says, hold on there. We're a little bit premature on the start of the second half. Well, I stand corrected as Durham, the Kansas City Titans elected to go with the fair catch. Here it is, the Kansas City Titans take the field from the 25-yard line. Liz Sowers dropped back. She fakes the handoff and cuts upfield. Gets about a 5-yard gain on the play to start the second half. 14 minutes and 51 seconds to start the third quarter here. And they got about a 6-yard gain as Liz Sowers starts out to the 36-yard line, still in their own territory. Blaze still with a 9-0 lead. Liz Sowers takes the handoff. She hands it off. Liliana Calderon on the play and gets another 5 yards for the first down. New Mexico Titans are on the drive. They don't even huddle up. They're back on the ball, saying we're ready to go. Let's see here. You're listening live here on ColoradoSports.TV. I'm Sean B., and I'm here with Scott. Sowers hands it off, and the Blaze just stagnate that progress and stop them and bring the ladies down for a 1-yard gain for Calderon, and Shantavia Bingham just swallows her up whole. And that brings us to 2nd and 9 on the play. Kansas City Titans in a double wide formation, one running back. Liz Sowers in the pistol formation. She takes the snap, she fakes it, and just the ball sails and dives right in front of her running back there, number 22. And Ileana Calderon looks like she's looking to do it all this evening for the Titans, but it hasn't worked just yet. Looks like it's a pass. Sowers has somebody open, and she airmails it to Oli Davis. Oli Davis was open on the play, and unfortunately, nobody was there. It looks like that brings us to 4th down on the play. And again, Tony Triplett and Jamie Fornell back to receive the punt. The punt is up, takes a nice Titan bounce, and they just decide to down it around the 36-yard line as the Mile High Blaze get the stop that they needed to start the second half. And now they look to pour on more points to their 9-0 advantage. Here with 13 minutes left here in the third quarter, they take over on the 36-yard line of the Mile High Blaze. Here it is. Mile High Blaze take the field with 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs in the backfield. Smooth Lowry in the shotgun. She gets the snap. It's a little high. She catches it off the bounce. She's looking for someone open downfield. She lets it go, and it just sails out of bounds as she takes a big hit. Smooth looks to be down on the play. And let's see if she bounces back up right away. Jennifer Dolsky with the pursuit and pressure on Smooth Lowry and just gives her a little taste of the boomstick. And looks like we have a little bit of action with a penalty. And it looks like the Titans declined the penalty. It's 2nd and 10 for the Mile High Blaze. And they with 12 minutes and 54 seconds left in the quarter, they still hold the 9-0 advantage. Second and 10. Smooth handles the snap. Folks are getting hit all over the place. Looks like we may have a face mask on the play. Smooth Lowry just gets what she can, gets back to, it looks like about the line of scrimmage and almost gets about a yard, but we've got a penalty that's going to bring up, let's say, a 3rd and 20? 3rd and 25, or is it going to go against the Titans? And it is a 15-yard penalty on the Titans, which obviously is going to bring out the ball to about the 49-yard line in a 1st down. And they're only marking it about 10 yards on the face mask, which is kind of uncommon. I thought face masks are 15-yard penalties. So excuse me as I get corrected here, stand corrected by the referees. Head referee, Steve Mafall. Back judge, Sergio Covarrubias. Head linesman, Aaron Punk. And line judge, Ashley Miller. Lowry back under center. She throws a pitch out to the flat here. And the Titans hold on for dear life as they try to create the turnover. And the running back, Coco Hockaday, is just brought out of bounds as they're doing a little jabbering and jaw-jacking back and forth, the Titans and the Blaze. It's getting heated as this game picks up more and more. And Coco Hockaday just says, look at the scoreboard here, as I'm going to come out and probably break another run deep on you in just a minute. But give great credit to the tackling ability of the Kansas City Titans as they swarmed and got to the ball and took her out of bounds. Smooth Lowry still in the shotgun now. Catches the snap. She gives the jet sweep, and it is swallowed up. The Titans say, no way, Jose. And she gives her a mean stare down after she makes the play. Maddie Rosas. Spicy with the tackle. Subbing in for the Mile High Blaze. Number 89, Rebecca Strycharski. Strycharski, excuse me. The Titans are back way deep as it's 3rd and long for the Mile High Blaze with 10 minutes and 45 seconds left. Not a lot of action just yet here in the second half. And looks like we got another penalty, and it might be a delayed game as the Blaze are taking a little bit longer than expected to get to play. And I stand corrected, as it's a false start. Nonetheless, it's a 5-yard penalty. It's going to push the Blaze back about 5 yards to about the 34-yard line. And it brings us to 3rd and 22. 10 minutes and counting here in the third quarter, here from Five Star Stadium in Thornton, Colorado. Still have a big crowd on hand for tonight's game, supporting your Blaze to a win this evening. Want to improve to 4-0. It looks like we have a timeout, more stoppage in the action by the Titans. You're listening to Colorado Sports, and you're actually tuning in and watching here on ColoradoSports.TV. I'm your host, Sean Boyd, and we want to thank you for tuning in to tonight's matchup between the Mile High Blaze and the Kansas City Titans. All right, and after the timeout, we're back. Thank you again for tuning in to ColoradoSports.TV. I'm Sean Boyd here for tonight's matchup again between the Kansas City Titans that are visiting and the home team, your Mile High Blaze. Smooth Lowry is still in the shotgun. After taking a big hit, she bounced right back up off the turf, and she's still in there. She drops back to pass. She's looking deep. And she almost throws an interception as she tries to get it to Jamie Fernall. But the DB, Nyila Bullock, and Christine Dorian-Camp were there to make sure that that pass fell incomplete. That brings us to 4th down. And let's see here, as it's 4th and a mile, a country mile that is. Back to receive the punt, C.J. Durham. And then we've got a penalty as Miss Lee was back to take the kick, and they got a stoppage. Timeout here. Titans absorb another timeout here in the second half, leaving them with 1 in the rest of the game. And we're not even 10 minutes here through the third quarter, and they've used 2 timeouts. That can't bode well for them if this game happens to get any closer. And here we go. Blue Inferno's down there turning it up a little bit, trying to get the crowd in it. And the punt's up. Lee gets it off. Couple of blocks. It kind of falls harmlessly at about the 30 and just rolls to about the 31-yard line, where the Kansas City Titans will then take the field and look to see if they can get on the board, as the Mile High Blaze still lead here from from Five Star Stadium here in Thornton, Colorado. Mile High Blaze 9, the visiting Kansas City Titans 0. And Blue Inferno, again, is keeping this place rocking with the entertainment and the dancing for tonight's game, as the crowd is here in anticipation for the Mile High Blaze advancing to 4-0 on the season. Sowers gets the handoff. She hands it off. Trey Brown this time on the run. She gets about 4 or 5 yards before pursuit of Shantavia Bingham is right there to say, no more, girl, no more. And only about a 5-6 yard gain on the play brings us to second down. It's second and 5 from the 36-yard lines here. The Kansas City Titans are looking to get a little bit of a rhythm established here on this drive with another handoff and a big-time run, and she gets folded up and dragged down. And I'm surprised there wasn't a horse collar tackle there, as now we've got a Blaze player down. And it's none other than Shantavia Bingham. And you look to see her bounce right back up off the turf, and what she does, and now she's headed toward the sideline. Hopefully it's to get some water. Number 74 comes in her absence to give her a blow. Charisma Fierce is now in the game. Yo-Yo Searcy comes out over the slot. Sowers is back to pass. She hits the slant route, beating Yo-Yo Searcy. And none other than who else? Krishna Lee. She does it on defense. She does it on offense, and she comes up a little gimp here after being tackled by the Blaze and brought down by Yo-Yo Searcy. What a great throw and catch by the Kansas City Titans. I want to call them New Mexico Titans. I'm used to the team that plays semi-pro football in New Mexico in the men's league. But nonetheless, we're talking about the Kansas City Titans and how they're on the run here. Playing with their hair on fire a little bit. Liz Sowers fakes the handoff, breaks a tackle, and then gets upfield for about a 2-yard gain, looking unfazed as number 82, Rachel Ariano, comes and makes the play along with the lady who just subbed in, Miss Charisma Fierce. Both of them getting depth and making sure that they bring that runner down for a no gain, or for a modest 2-yard gain, Brings us to 2nd and 8 from the 47-yard line. Still, the score is 9-0, 8 minutes approaching here in the third quarter. Sowers gets the handoff. She hands it off again. Calderon skates forward for another 2-yard gain, bringing us to 3rd and 6. I stand corrected again. 3rd and 5 from the 45-yard line. CJ Durham down at the bottom talking to Tony Triplett, letting her know, you can't stop me. They've approached the Blaze territory here. Sowers draws back the pass. She looks right. She looks left. She launches it. She's got CJ Durham. Oh, my gosh. Almost had her for the deep ball. And we've got another flag on the play, a little mustard on the lettuce, as we like to say. And we'll see what this penalty is. Charisma Fierce checks out, or given after her best efforts on the field. And obviously what that means is your anchor of the defense, Shantavia Bingham, is still here ready to go. And it looks like we're going to bring Charisma back onto the field. Uh-oh, and then we've got a personal foul penalty against the Titans. This backs them up 15 yards. Oh, no, and this does not vote well for them, as they were trying to establish a little bit of momentum. And now they've pretty much put themselves in a compromising position as the Blaze look to stop them on 4th and forever and punt this ball. Tony Tripp was back there, and it's a fake by Liz Sowers. She tries to cut it up, and she gets only about a 5-yard gain on 4th down, and you think that was not the right play. That was not the smart call as you put your defense back out there on your side of the 50, and now this means Smooth Lowry smells blood in the water, and her and the Blaze are looking to capitalize on that mistake. The Blaze are working through some substitutions, getting gals in place and ready to go. They keep sending these ladies in waves and waves and waves. It's hard to account for what they bring to the table. Subbing in for the Mile High Blaze, I seen Rebecca Stracharski come into the game as your H-back, fullback. 2 wide receivers to the left. And it's like we got to delay a game here on the Blaze. Also checking in for the Mile High Blaze, Ashley Davis, wide receiver here, has 18 yards on the season for 5 catches with a touchdown and 3.6 average per catch. For now in motion, the pitch is out. And then we've got a stop on the play after a 2-yard gain. Number 19 of the Titans is all over the place, balling. And brings us to 2nd and 15 on the play. Jennifer Dolowski brings her down. And now we have, again, 2nd and 15 with approaching the 6 minute and 30 seconds here in this 3rd quarter. 5-Star Stadium. Blaze still with a 9-0 lead. Looking to tack on some more points and establish dominance here throughout the rest of this game. Smooth backs into a sack, and it's Dolsky, Jennifer Dolsky with the sack again. She made the play at the line of scrimmage last time. This time she surges through and gets the sack on Smooth Lowry. And we need Miss Smooth Lowry to sprinkle a little bit of her seasoning on the game and get these Blaze a 1st down as it's 3rd and forever. Under center is Smooth Lowry. She throws the pitch out. 35 gets out to the boundary, but she gets no more than that. And that's Miss Ruby Albright, the standout running back that has about 130 yards on the season for 30 carries and about 4.3 yard average. And then we have Libby Stone on the punt for the Mile High Blaze, sending it to the dual threat of C.J. Durham. And I can't see the other Titans ladies' number down there, but I'm going to think it's Danielle Baker at number 14. And the punt is up. It gets out sideways, takes a little bit of a dive, and it rolls back past the returner again and out of bounds right inside the 17-yard line. And that's a good punt, again, establishing a little bit of dominance here, pushing the Titans back and not allowing them any traction to getting onto the other side of the 50 and maybe getting a field goal or a touchdown at this point. And here it is. I'm looking down at the sideline, and I see Shantavia Bingham without her helmet. And I'm wondering if she's going to get back in this game. It looks like she's putting her helmet on, folks. She is going back in this game. Liz Sowers has the ball. She hands it off again, and Calderon is swallowed up by the defense. The ball is out. Charisma Fears leading the charge, stalemating that offense of the Titans and letting them know you go nowhere, baby. You go nowhere. And this brings us to 2nd and 14 from the 14-yard line, still with the score of 9-0 with 3 minutes and 51 seconds here in the third quarter. Blaze defense is crowding the line of scrimmage. Sowers drops back to pass. She's looking to her right, has a woman wide open. She cuts it up and gets the first down. Pass is complete. And C.J. Durham, boy, is she a baller. Speaking of C.J. Durham, she leads the team in receiving. Oh, she's 2nd in receiving with 12 yards on the season. Makes it her 3rd catch on the year. Longest being 12 yards, and she has no touchdowns. Brooke Kent, number 13, leads the team in touchdowns and in yards with one reception for 55 yards and a touchdown. So that means that one touchdown that she had was a big one. And we'll see if they can get some of that going tonight. Liz Sowers on the season, she has about 217 yards carries with 23 carries and 9.4 a clip, 65 yards being her longest run with 2 touchdowns on the season. Speaking to her passing, she comes in with a 77 yards on the season with 5 completions for a 14%, and it looks like she's averaging about 15.4 a catch, and that's, per completion, that's good. Has 1 touchdown and just 2 interceptions. She's got 3 wide receivers out to her left here. Liz Sowers ready to make a play. She fakes the handoff, but then she is swallowed up and brought down. The defense saying, no way, Jose, we're here to make the play, and it's going to be a long day. As Liz Sowers goes back to the huddle, or they don't even huddle at this point. They just say, hey, we're going to go from here. 2nd and 16 from the 25-yard line. Mile High Blaze still holding the 9-0 lead. Sowers drops back to pass. She has a woman in the flats. It's too high for Krishna Lee. A little too high for her. They bring that one in and turn up field as Triplet in number 92 gave pursuit from the Blaze. This brings us to 3rd and 16 now. 2 minutes and 48 seconds left. Liz Sowers drops back to pass. She has protection. She escapes out right. Yo-Yo is on the chase. She fakes pass and then keeps it going and gets up to about the 30, not even the 27-yard line. Only a couple yards on the gain. But that brings us to 4th down here. Still no momentum for the Titans as the score is still 9-0. Mile High Blaze. So it's 4th and 14 as they get ready to punt, and hopefully they don't try to fake it this time and give up a turnover, which puts them, the Blaze, much closer to scoring a touchdown. Tony Tripp was back. She gets the punt. She's weighing it out, taking a little bit of time. And then she's brought down on the play. And there's no return on it, and she's brought down at the 36-yard line of the Blaze. Again, as you're listening to ColoradoSports.TV, we want to thank our production, Mr. Scott, for tonight's camera angles, giving you the close-ups of your Mile High Blaze as they take on the Kansas City Titans. I'm Sean Boyd here from Thornton, Colorado at Five Star Stadium. As the lights have turned on and the sun has set, we've got football action. Your Mile High Blaze still lead 9-0. Smooth Lowry is back out on the field, and she's under center. Two wide receivers to the right and the left. She hands it off, and she bounces it out. After going backwards, she still gets lateral. And we've got a couple of Titans that ran into each other, and we've got one down on the play. Referee Steve McFall calls a timeout to the action for the injury. And we'll just take a few moments here as we wait to see what's going to happen with the injury to the Titans player here. See what number we have. Not Jennifer Dolsky. She's made so many plays here in this second half, in this third quarter alone. Let's see if they can get her back up and upright. And now on the play there was only a pickup of 2 yards, so it brings us to 2nd and 8 from the 37-yard line for the Mile High Blaze. '81 of the Mile High Blaze. Let's get her name here. Shout her out. Ashley Davis coming in at wide receiver. Here it is. The Blaze come out in the trips formation to the left. Stack bunch. Trips bunch formation. Looks like they're looking to deceive the defense of the Titans. Pitch out to the right. Tatiana Palms, she's looking to bounce it out. Makes a move. Gets all the yards back for a 15-yard gain. They call her Tati. Her mama call her Tatiana. I'm going to call her Tatiana Palms. And that's a first down for the Blaze here as they reach the 50-yard line and look to build on the momentum in which they've started here for this drive. Now we're back to the action, and it's a beautiful night here in Thornton, Colorado. The Blaze are looking dominant, looking strong. By all accounts, the Kansas City Titans have played hard. They have not given up a lot of plays. And what plays they have given up are unfortunately the ones that the Blaze were able to capitalize and score off of. They're back in a non-press coverage. Smooth swings it out to the left. And it's complete to Ashley Davis. Ashley Miller, Yes, Ashley Davis catches about a 5-yard screen pass. And now we're out to the 45-yard line. And there's only 33 seconds and counting left here in the third quarter. Time's starting to run out on the Titans. And if they don't make a move soon, this one's going to be all she wrote, folks. Here it is, the Mile High Blaze coming up for them in their next game. May 11th, they take on the Rocky Mountain Thundercats here from Five Star Stadium. And it looks like the Blaze are just looking to run the ball, rumming the ball. Famine, feast. It's Tatiana Palms. Just bounces it out to the left side, and we've got a break in the action for the fourth quarter. As we take a timeout here at 5 Star Stadium, you are now tuned in to ColoradoSports.TV. I'm Sean Boyd, and thank you for tuning in for tonight's matchup with the Mile High Blaze and the Kansas City Titans. Welcome back to ColoradoSports.TV for tonight's edition of the game, the big game between the Mile High Blaze and the Kansas City Titans. The Mile High Blaze have gotten us to this point where it's 9-0 to start the fourth quarter with a touchdown in the second quarter by Tatiana Palms and a field goal by Libby Stone. Smooth Lowry's under center. She hands it off to her fullback and gets about 1 yard for the first down, keeps this drive alive, and the Mile High Blaze just push on. And it looks like they actually did not pick up the first down. And for all it's worth, hey, I need to go get my eyes checked at LensCrafter because from where I'm sitting, they had the first down on that play. Scott agrees with me. So let's see what we have here. Mile High Blaze come out, bunch formation, see if they want to hand it off to the fullback or maybe even have Laurie keep it. On a QB sneak. We've got a false start. False start. And now the Mile High Blaze just take the Yosemite Sam pistol and shoot themselves in the foot. And then they've got to back it up about 5 yards and try to get the first down that way. And let's see here. The Blaze still come out with their offense on the field. She hands it up. She tosses it out to Tati. Tati Palms is looking like she wants to get there, but she can't. She's driven out of bounds. Jennifer Dolsky said, no way, mama. Take that to the sideline and get some Gatorade and send Yo-Yo Searcy. And that anchor, again, Shantavia Bingham, back out onto the field. Tony Triplett, another star. Charisma Fears, another star for the Blaze here. This whole Blaze lineup is talented from start to finish. I can go down the list. You just name it. These girls are ballers. Shannon Roosh, baller. Z Canfield is really a baller. And it looks like the Blaze rush in a last-second timeout. Line judge Ashley Miller gets it to him. Speaking of which, timer for the night's game, Scotty Lewis, and the umpire to round up the referees in stripes, Brian Catalfumo. Blue Inferno is keeping the crowd engaged. So are the Little Mile High Blaze ladies, keeping this crowd engaged. Everybody's feeling the vibes here from 5 Star Stadium. Blaze looking to hold on to their lead with 13 minutes and 25 seconds left. They lead 9-0. It's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line of the Titans. So with the turnover on down, You look for the Titans to maybe have a glimpse of momentum, a glimpse. And let's see if their offense can get it going here with Liz Sowers still at quarterback in the pistol formation. She takes the snap. She hands it off. There is nowhere to run. Trey Browns is throttled on the play. And, folks, you know who it is. You guessed it. Shantavia Bingham doing what she does best, making big plays. This woman is electrifying, ladies and gentlemen. And now we've got a 3-yard loss on the play. Shantavia points it out and says, look, girl, I'm coming to back next time. I'm going to do the same thing again. 2 wide receivers and 2 wide receivers to the left and the right for Liz Sowers. 1 running back, Calderon. Blaze jockeying for the pass. She's open, but no one's even looking. Ollie Davis was out there, but she was not looking for that pass and didn't see it, and it falls harmless. And now that brings us to 3rd down for the Titans. 3rd and about 14. And look, folks, if the Titans are counting down their drives, they have to see their opportunities dwindling away from them. And let's give all the credit to the Mile High Blaze defense as they have just stood up and let them know you will have none of that here in the 5280. Sowers drops back to pass. She catches it, swings it out to her left, and guess what? Tackle by committee. And who else is there but your girl, my girl, Circe was there, but no. Shantavia Bingham. Ad nauseum, going to call her name tonight because she's all over the place making plays. Tatiana Palms, who scored our lone touchdown in the game, she helped out on the tackle. The right cornerback out there, she helped out on the tackle. Bringing them to 4th down, and looks like Sowers is going to punt the ball. Getting Triplett back there on the return. She gets up a good punt. Oh, and then she drops it, and the Titans recover. Tony Triplett lets it go right through her arms, and now it's recovered by the Titans. The Titans have another glimpse of hope. And they got it on the other side of the 50, folks. So while they couldn't move the ball, they just got another break from the Mile High Blaze, and now the game has changed a little bit. Let's see if they can capitalize on the misfortunes of Tony Triplett in the botched fumble. Sowers got a little bit of confidence in her. She takes a snap. She hands it off. Calderon gets bounced and stopped at the line of scrimmage, stalemated. Folks, you've got to be kidding me. With her umpteenth tackle on the game, Shantavia Bingham brings down Calderon for a no-gainer. 2nd and 10 on the play from the 36-yard line. 11 minutes and counting here in the 4th quarter. 9-0, your Mile High Blaze. Sowers is back to pass. She looks. She has a lady open. She swings it to her. She catches it, stays on her feet, and brings it down to about the 14-yard line. And we've got an injured Blaze, Tatiana Palms. No. They need her to finish up this game and get the win. And we'll see after this little bit of an injury timeout who they're going to bring to sub in for her. And we'll make sure to shout her out here live from ColoradoSports.TV. I'm Sean Boyd, rounding out tonight's matchup between your Mile High Blaze and the visiting Kansas City Titans. Kansas City Titans, to get a recap on tonight's game, the Kansas City Titans came into tonight's matchup 0-2 on the year. They play in the Division I of the WFA. They have established some good plays on the ground, And they've gotten a couple of big plays on offense as well in the run game. In the pass game, excuse me. However, it has not yielded any points. And with that being said, the turnovers that they did make, the Mile High Blaze were able to capitalize on getting a field goal from Libby Stone in the first quarter, and then a big touchdown run by the injured Tatiana Palms in the second quarter, which brings us to 9-0. All right, the crowd turns it up a little bit. Sowers just throws it down to Davies at the bottom of the field, right at the beginning of the front pylon, and Davies was not there. It's been a little bit of a struggle tonight for the Titans to be able to complete a pass of deep presence. But you know what? The passes that they have completed have been good, but that just gives a lot of credit to the Mile High Blaze and the defense that they play. Uh-oh, we've got a fumble snap here. The Blaze just cover up the girl. Looks like they're pointing in their direction. Who's got it? She's got it. Titans ball. 3rd and 20. Now it's gotten a little bit improbable for them to be able to get back into field goal range or even touchdown, scoring threat. As it's 3rd and 21 from the 25-yard line. It's 10 minutes and counting here in the fourth quarter. Liz Sowers takes the snap. She has a lady wide open, and she can't get the pass up to her in time. Pass falls incomplete to the dirt, brings us to 4th and 21. 9-0 the Blaze, and I'm Sean Boyd here from Thornton, Colorado at 5 Star Stadium here on ColoradoSports.TV. You guessed it. Now Kansas City comes in on 4th down, 21 yards before they can see the first down, which would get them to a 1st and goal. Liz Sowers scrambles left, but now she's looking right. She's getting ready to get sacked. She avoids pressure, lets it go, and just airmails it over number 9, C.J. Durham, who extended the one hand for the Odell Beckham Jr. catch, but it was unsuccessful. And now that brings a 1st and 10 for the Mile High Blaze out to the 25-yard line, and they get the stop on defense. What an impressive hold by the Mile High Blaze as one of their best players suffers an injury. And let's see if she's back up and at it. Tatiana Palms. In fact, I think Tatiana Palms is back in the game. So that was just a little minor setback. I stand corrected. Tatiana Palms is not in the game right now. We have a different running back in there. I will get her number in just a moment and give you her name. Shot her out. Meanwhile, there's a fumble on the play. Smooth Lowry fumbles it as she gets ready to hand it to our new running back. Looks like that may be Coco Hockaday. In fact, it sure is. Let's see what we got here for the Blazers. They're looking to gain some traction and just get out of here with 9 minutes and counting in the fourth quarter with, hey, no more damage. Don't want any turnovers that essentially could put this Titans team back in the game. Second and 15, she hands it off, but she's stopped for about a 1 yard gain on the play. And brings us to 3rd down and 16 from the 19-yard line. Let's see here as Smooth Lowry hangs in the shotgun, directing traffic, letting the girls know where to go. And we've got a timeout on the play by the Mile High Blaze. Both teams left with one timeout. Oh, excuse me. The Blaze have no timeouts left. Titans with one timeout left. Still with a score 9-0. 8 minutes and 12 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here from Five Star Stadium. Again, you were listening in and also streaming here on YouTube, ColoradoSports.TV. Tonight's matchup is between the home team, Mile High Blaze, and the visitor, Kansas City Titans. Let's see here. 3rd and 15 for the Mile High Blaze. She gets her out to the flats, and oh no, it goes right through the hands. Smooth got it out to number 17, Adrian Tuasi. She was unable to bring that one in, and that brings us to 4th down on the play. And let's see if Libby Stone can get a good punt out of this to C.J. Durham. Libby Stone is ready to punt this away and hopefully just hold this team to nothing and get him off the field. The punt's up. Not too much of a far one. It keeps the Titans on their side, on the Blaze side of the 50. And it gets out to about the 35-yard line, excuse me. Now let's see what they can string together here. Titans are still jockeying for position in this game. And it looks like there was a block in the back. And the penalty goes against the Blaze. And they're at the Blaze 29 here. A little bit of momentum here. And again, Ollie Davis is no longer looking for the pass. They swung it out to her in the flat. They've thrown her a couple of deep balls, and we're just not able to connect yet. And again, that just speaks to the pressure that the Mile High Blaze are able to put on the Titans. Here we are. Sowers is back to pass. She's looking, and no one's there. Looks like there's a little bit of a mix-up in communication on who was supposed to run what route. Say that 3 times fast. Who was supposed to run what route? Always working. Trying to better the craft here. 7 minutes and 57 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. The Mile High Blaze still hold a 9-0 lead. Brings us to 3rd and 10 as the crowd chants for defense. Sowers is back to pass. She's looking. And they throw a pass interference as the play was played perfect by the defensive back. But yet there's a flag on the play. It looks like that's going to extend this drive. That's a huge penalty. The back and forth in this game just leaves you on pins and needles. And it's crazy how tight-knit this game has been, even though the Titans have not been able to render a score.
First down for the Titans following the penalty.
So that brings us to first down for the Titans. 2 wide receivers to the left and the right. Sowers is back to pass. She has her just a little bit too far outside of the reach of Danielle Baker. Second and 10, ball at the 19-yard line. Second and 10, 7 minutes and 40 seconds and counting. It looks like they've got a penalty here that's going to bring back the play. That's going to extend this drive to a 2nd and 15 for the Titans. No, just Instagram. That's twice that I've done that. That's twice.
I'm not sure the folks heard my half of the conversation. I was just giving Sean a compliment about how well he's doing, not only in the booth, but also on the marketing. Thank you so much, Sean.
Absolutely.
It's a pleasure to have you here tonight.
It's a beautiful night here, Scott. Here it is. The sun has went down. The nightfall is here. The Mile High Blaze are still on fire. They're making plays after plays. And so when we can get the streams up in viewership and have more people tune in to watch these games here on YouTube on ColoradoSports.TV, we love that. Sowers is back to pass. She's looking deep. She's got her woman, and she caught it inbounds.
Was she in?
Oh, she was in, man.
She was in.
So we got
first and goal
here from the 2-yard line with a big-time catch from who else but Krishna Lee. She has made all the plays tonight when it comes to the passing game for the Kansas City Titans. I'm sure her people back home are loving what they see from her as the Titans and the Blaze are doing a duel here in Thornton, Colorado as the crowd picks up the noise. Sowers hands it off. Calderon gets it and gets up the middle for about a 1-yard gain. And she's stopped.
Honestly, with this little time left in regulation, I am amazed with the score. Normally the Blaze are farther ahead than this, so I have to really give my hats off to the Kansas City Titans.
The Titans have come to play. They didn't make any excuses for going and traveling across state lines. They've done the best that they can, and the Blaze are on them. Oh, she gets out of it, but then she's brought down on the play.
She almost escaped that.
3rd down, turns into 4th down. And here it is, the Blaze are getting stingy. And here it is, the fans are turning up as the Blaze sidelines say, let's go. 3rd down, 3rd and 8. Sowers is back to pass. She's looking. They've been going to this all night, and they score a touchdown. Krishna Lee scores on the corner route. And she doesn't do much celebrating that. She's all business. And this quiets the Blaze crowd for just a moment here at 5-Star Stadium.
Cuts the lead to 3.
Brings our score as they come on for the extra point. What a big play and a turn in the game with 5 minutes and 24 seconds left.
And I think they're going to go for 2 here.
They're going to go for 2 as Sowers is still out in the field. They fake it, but then the Blaze say, not tonight. Slinger down by the shoulder pads. And who else, folks? Again, on the stop, you guessed it right, number 50 misses or miss Bingham.
Yeah, she kind of treated her a bit ragdollish there. She just picked her up and threw her.
Holy moly. She grabbed her by the jersey and said, come here. Woo. And, folks, now this game has gotten a little bit more hype, a little bit more anticipation for the finish here from Five Star Stadium. And you were watching us and listening to us here on ColoradoSports.TV. I'm Sean Boyd, calling tonight's game and giving you all the color and play-by-play. All in one. Got my man Scott with me hanging in there, doing a great camera job, might I add.
Well,
making sure that you guys get the best views of tonight's game, sound bites, and everything alike. And looks like C.J. Durham is up to kick. Tony Triplett.
They're blowing that one dead. They're going to say no kick. Not exactly sure why, but the line judge was real quick to that. She barely left her foot before he'd whistled that one dead.
Well, maybe we got a reason to stop this thing and bring it back, and let's do it all over again. Let's see.
They're backing them up.
Oh, that means we've got a false start. Someone left early by the Titans, a little too excited to get down there and make a play. Who knows? Maybe they're looking to recover the kick.
Okay, no, they're not backing them up. But I think you're not far from right. I don't think the officials were quite ready.
Ruby Albright and Tony Triplett back to receive the kick. The kick is up by Durham, and she sends it to Tony. Tony takes him about the 25-yard line, assesses her blocks, makes a cut, and then she's hammered, brought down on the play at the 40-yard line. It looks like the Kansas City Titan made such a big hit that she may have affected herself a little bit more than Miss Triplett. We're going to stop for a little bit of a break in the action here. Again, you were watching here on ColoradoSports.TV.
Tonight's not actually been so bad when it comes to injury timeouts. But one of the things that I've noticed with the women playing is that they get crunched a little more.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, hey, these ladies are complete warriors. Obviously, this is a different style, a different brand of football from what you're typically used to. And so when you see these ladies turn into straight gladiators, you don't like to see the attrition of the game set in and see people get hurt. And obviously with the Kansas City Titans being the traveling team, their numbers are a little bit short. But they've managed to play this game with a lot of heart, a lot of intensity. Most times the Blaze run away with a lot of their games. They scored 42 against the Rocky Mountain Thundercats in their first game, scored 75 at Utah against the Utah Blitz, and then they scored 40 last week against the Las Cruces de la Muerte. So they average about 40 points a game, a 50-burger.
Yeah.
And the Kansas City Titans have managed to stop that.
Yeah, they've held them to single digits.
Yeah, that's impressive. So I mean, this has just been a gauntlet by both teams, and you'll see, people pick each other up in the final minutes here and see what we got down the stretch. Mile High Blaze with 1st and 10 from the 40.
Now, I don't know if the Titans brought a kicker with them that's able to tie it up.
Uh-oh. Hockaday gets the snap, gets the handoff, rather, and she's stopped for a gain of no yards here on the play. Brings us to 2nd and 10 from the 40-yard line with 5 minutes and 10 seconds counting.
Yeah, but see, that's okay, honestly, because the Blaze being up by 3, they want to eat that clock.
Yeah, if the Titans have no kicker.
Away.
If the Titans have no kicker tonight, that's not going to vote well for them if they get in range to kick a field goal.
Now, I'm not saying they don't have a kicker. They just went for 2 the one example. So that's
yeah, but that would have just cut the lead to 1. So that, you know what I mean? Like that would have done them no good. Here it is. Lowry's hands it off to her running back, Hockaday, and she just gets what she can. Gets north and gets about 4 yards here. And it's out to the 45-yard line for a 3rd down and 5 on the play. 4 minutes and counting as Blue Inferno gets the crowd up, keeps everybody engaged and hyped for tonight's game. The Mile High Blaze are still in control here. And if they end up getting stopped right here, you wonder if the Titans can put something together here down the stretch to finish off the game. We've got a break in the action for just a moment. Delay a game is the call by Steve McFall.
That's been like 4 or 5 so far this game, hasn't it?
That's right.
I'm not. I got enough juggling to do right now. I'm not actually keeping stats.
Mm-hmm.
But the Blaze have been backed up a lot tonight, and that won't really help your cause, except eat the clock.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing the best that they can to milk this clock right now, Scott.
Oh, I would just keep it on the ground.
And looks like she gets about 2 yards after they get pushed back 5, brings us to about 3rd and 8. From the 44, it's 4th down. They're sending the punt team out. They want to play defense and put it on Sowers and company to get the final score. And let's see if the Blaze can get a defensive stop here and send these Kansas City Titans home with a loss.
Timeout, Kansas City.
And we've got another break in the action here from ColoradoSports.TV here at 5 Star Stadium in Thornton, Colorado, as the Blaze hold on to a meager lead of 3-6. 2 minutes and 56 seconds left with the break in the action, as both teams have no timeouts left. So if the Blaze so happen to get a stop inbounds, and then the time will just continue to devour, which will then obviously put the Titans in a bind.
Well, and we do have the 2-minute warning.
Oh, so, hey, that's the only timeout they have left. And it looks like we've got – I can't see your number from here, but typically in these spots, C.J. Durham has been back there receiving the punts. Oh, no, the Blaze – get the punt off after getting a walkie snap. And it just drives back and takes a favorable bounce for the Titans. I see Coach Bullock stumping up and down the sideline in dismay for the Titans. And then we'll just see how they finish it up here.
2:43 in regulation. Blaze are up 9-6 over the Titans here. It's been a very exciting game, and thank you so much for tuning in.
Saturday Night Football lights.
Now, I don't have anybody over there, but our Sharks, Denver Sharks in the men's league, is actually, I believe, in Kansas City.
Playing the Bulldogs this evening.
Tonight. So it's kind of ironic that it's a Denver KC doubleheader, if you will. But
just the way it goes, man.
Split city. Have we had any scores from them?
I have not seen a single thing yet, sir.
No, I haven't either.
I've been so in tune with this game here tonight, I can't get enough. The Mile High Blaze, Kansas City Titans, giving me all the football I need.
Well, I can't really argue with that.
And neither will the people across the states. 2nd and 5 for the Titans. Sowers draws back to pass. She's got a girl open. And unfortunately, number 16, Oli Davies is unable to come up with the catch. The defense from the Blaze hold their breath as they get the stop. And now it's 3rd and 6 here with only 2 minutes and 3 seconds left, right before the 2-minute warning.
Thank you, Ro. We just got one of our viewers gave us in the chat room that the
Nice.
Sharks lost 28-19.
Oh, wow. So a hard-fought game. Just were unable to. And another big catch by
nice.
Krishna Lee. Krishna Lee has been balling all game.
And there's 3 things great about that play. 1, she was able to make the completion with traffic. 2, it's a first down.
So it stops the clock.
And 3, she got out of bounds just enough to stop the clock here.
See, here it is, the Blaze. You can hear them. The crowd is anticipating. They've almost got to their feet here. The Titans cross for 1st and 10 here to the 46-yard line. Sowers is in the pistol formation. She gets the high snap. She's looking left. She looks right and completes it again.
Sowers' pass is complete, but there is a flag.
Her tight end has done everything underneath the sun tonight. Krishna Lee with another big catch, about a 13-yard catch here, an illegal man downfield. Got too far ahead of herself, and that kills that first down.
That's a big break for the Blaze.
Big break for the Blaze, and now the Blaze look to pin their ears back and go and get Miss Sowers and see if they can get the turnover, finish this game. 1 minute and 27 seconds left. Your Blaze lead 9-6 as the clock runs.
So now it's going to be 1st and 15 here.
1st and 15 for your Titans.
Yeah, the visitors.
Oh, she sees her. Oh, and then we may have a penalty.
There's 2 flags.
As I stated before, there was mustard on the lettuce as Krishna Lee goes to the ground after being able to draw a flag off number 27.
That's a bit of a compliment. They're saying that the Titan chat room just stated that the Titans tight end is looking a bit like Dallas Carter.
Oh, she's balling.
Dallas Clark.
Yeah,
Dallas
she's balling
Clark.
like Dallas Clark. She's catching everything but the kitchen sink. First down on the play.
Down.
And as you can hear the crowd, they do not agree. This keeps the drive alive with 1 minute and 3 left as the Titans are looking to score. 1st and 10. Titans, nobody home. The Blaze, Tony Triplett says, not tonight, baby. She's here. She's been here all night. And the crowd starts to get the defensive chat going again. Feel the vibes, feel the rhythm.
2nd and 10 for the Titans.
Here it is. 2nd and 10 for the Titans. Liz Sowers gets the snap. She looks left. She feels the pressure, still gets a completion for about 2 yards, 3 yards out to the flat.
And they didn't let her get to the sideline, so the clock is
And the
still
clock
running.
continues to run with 59 seconds and counting. Here we go again.
I have a feeling this is either going to end in heartbreak for the Blaze or heartbreak for the Titans.
Hey, one of the two is getting ready to happen here. As she drops back to pass, Sowers unable to connect.
Oh, and 2
But
more
we
flags.
have 2 more flags as they've been holding. Another pass interference call that's going to extend this drive, stop the clock, and give the Titans a fresh set of downs. And obviously the Blaze faithful are not agreeing with what they see. And we've got a pass interference on the call. Whole city of Thornton is letting the referee, Steve McFall, know.
Yeah, they're not too happy about that.
Let's talk about it. Once again, folks, there's only 38 seconds left in tonight's game.
And the Titans are knocking on the red zone door.
Oh, man. It couldn't get any tighter as the Titans are on the 36-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 26.
Just waiting for the chain gang to be set up again, and then we're getting started.
And here we go. Crowd picks up in anticipation. It's getting loud here. Sowers is back to pass. She looks, she scrambles, she complete. Oh! That was almost complete to the lady who's been balling all night long. Krishna Lee.
If she was able to pull that in, that would put them at 1st and 2 with about 30 seconds to go.
And that's amazing because Krishna Lee, you would think with all the big plays that she made tonight, she might be needing a sip of Gatorade, but she's still out there going. 2nd and 10 as the crowd gets up. Sowers is back to pass. She lets it go.
No good.
And it's incomplete. It falls incomplete. Attempted to Ollie Davies. And here we go again. 3rd down as the anticipation builds. Hopefully the Mile High Blaze don't take the Yosemite Sam pistol and shoot themselves in the foot and give up another 1st down here to the visiting Titans. It gets louder and louder. Sowers is back to pass. She looks. She almost zips it in, and she's open, and it was almost caught.
Oh, man, I wish I had NFL quality replay because I don't think that ever hit the ground.
I don't think it did either, but number 14 made a heck of an effort at that ball, and she almost came up with it, Miss Jamie Fernald. 4th and 10 on the play. Last gasping breath here for the Titans. 22 seconds left in tonight's game, and you got to think here, if they don't get this, this game is now over. Sowers is back to pass. She's looking, and she can't complete it. She went to her faithful tight end, and that does it for the Blaze, and they are looking like they're going to escape tonight and get the win.
It's going to be a turnover on downs here with 14 seconds to go. The Blaze are just going to kneel down.
And why not? There's no more timeouts left.
Anything.
Yeah, there's no more timeouts left in tonight's game. This one's in the bag.
Well, unless they try to do something creative, like throw it.
Well, I don't think that they want to do a bunch of that right now. I think at this point they want to secure the bag, get out of there with all the limbs intact. Oh, hey. Well, if you've seen them do otherwise.
Unfortunately, I've seen them do otherwise. So.
Well, maybe that was when they were up 40. Tonight's game, they're only up as the score is 9-6 with 16 seconds left. Ball's on the 26-yard lines. 1st and 10 for Lowry.
Yeah.
As she is just going to go ahead and kneel this one, and the Blaze are going to get out of here with a 9-6 win in a defensive battle. And that does it here for your Mile High Blaze as they improve to 4-0 and look to keep on track for another meeting in the Women's Football Alliance. And that finishes tonight's game. As you can hear the crowd cheering on the home team in their win. Couple final thoughts as we wrap up tonight's broadcast of the game. Obviously, Smooth Lowry maintained from start to finish at quarterback, leading her troops. Tatiana Palms made the biggest play of the game, the only touchdown being scored in the game by the Blaze. She broke it for a 54-yarder, tacked on, and then she brought it to pay her. With that being said, Libby Stone also got 3 points out of tonight's game with the field goal. And for the Titans, the only lone touchdown for them with the connection by Sowers to who other than Krishna Lee brings us to a 9-6 win for your Mile High Blaze.
That was a great game.
What a great game, a defensive battle on behalf of Scott and myself here, Sean Boyd. We appreciate you for tuning in here on ColoradoSports.TV here from Thornton, Colorado. We salute to you.
Now, folks, if you were looking for some more excitement, tomorrow, starting about 6 p.m., we've got a Denver Regional Bowling Tournament where first prize is going to walk out with $10,000.
Whoa, big bag. Woo!
Our next football game will be back in 2 weeks. with the Blaze definitively. We're still trying to figure out our schedule with the Colorado Football Conference. We're having some difficulties getting that locked in. But as soon as we know that, we'll have that published. But if nothing else, we'll be back in 2 weeks, May 11th.
May 11th.
Right here at 7 p.m. from Thornton as the Mile High Blaze host the the Rocky Mountain Thundercats.
And again, I'll continue on here as we continue your coverage here for your Mile High Blaze. As I watch the Blaze shake hands and shake it up for the prayer, you're thankful that both teams were able to make it out of tonight's game unscathed. There was no big injuries, and these teams could get back to their respective families all in one piece.
Absolutely.
We appreciate everybody for tuning in tonight. This defensive matchup really lived up to the hype. I was told that before the game by the coaches that there was a lot of history between these two teams, and they lived up to every moment of what I was told. I didn't see anybody getting outplayed. I think I seen everybody give nothing but 100% effort, and it showed. These girls can fly.
Absolutely. Well, folks, take care. Have a great week. And if you want to see someone walk out with 10 grand tomorrow,
Tune in to bowling.
Tune in to bowling. We'll see you later.
You have a good night.